Here we go.
Chapter 6.
Oh my god, that sounds so weird. I have these cheap earbuds in, which are really distracting me. But I decided I would try them because my neck hurts and I didn't want to put my headphones on. But I don't need my headset because it's broken. It's so tinny. It's so bad. But also, it means I can wear earrings, which I usually can't on stream or video or anything because they smoosh. But I have little mushroom earrings, so I was happy. But oh, it sounds pretty bad. It sounds pretty bad. Thankfully, it sounds good for all of you. At least I hope so.
Secret lair.
She sounds like she's in a tin can in a basement.
Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
Oh, baby. Alright. Oh, I love those little pajamas. If I remember correctly, they got through the festival. Okay, did they? I gotta look at my, I gotta look at the tree. Wait, that didn't tell me anything. So we're on... I think it was that way. Where are we? We got some new words, I remember that. Gosh, we'll just see. Oh, I didn't mean to go.
In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little chill.
I panicked. I think I clicked something I didn't mean to. let's just try that again. Okay. I got distracted because the little like icons that said what button to press weren't the buttons that I was pressing.
Secret lair.
Secret lair.
Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
Knock, knock, knock. What time is it? Okay. Oh, is my gran here? Hello, what on earth is that? Hmm? That ridiculous thing on your head? Oh, this? It helps me think. You're gonna need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. The coast is clear? Yep. Whatever she's been up to this week, it's been keeping her busy most of the day. We learned some very interesting secrets about his gran. All involved in everything. Very well. The game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rollo strutted across the room.
If I were a gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secrets? Perhaps where you might least expect it.
Rollo flung open the cabinet with confidence.
Yeah. Aha!
He coughed as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. Then again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. Eureka! She's lit a fire in order to burn all the evidence. She keeps that fire going every day, Rollo. Drat, it may already be too late. Just think of the mounds of documents lost to ash. Okay. I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah. Locked doors. The closet upstairs. So, maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first? No dice. It's locked. Well, well, well. Look who stands to reason now. And I have no idea where the key is. If it really is important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes. Who has ever thought, I'm gonna take this important thing and huck it in a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? I can feel these falling out, and it is. How do people wear these? This is my question on a daily basis. Well, she is always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway, I can't reach the latch.
A look of realization crept onto Luca's face. All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted and turned toward the kitchen.
Oh no, I feel like something's about to break. Alright, Rollo. This is your time to shine. Ah yes. You've called upon my expert detective skills. And now I shall proceed with...
Before he could finish, Luca scrambled up Rollo's back.
Hey, this isn't my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick. And every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still. Got it.
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss. But the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah. I don't really know what we were expecting. What about the box on top and like the little books? Like, oh hey, let me just yank on this random teacup end.
As Beck pulled on one of the teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Secret lair! Seems like your gran has been doing some remodeling. Dude, only 2 types of people have secret lairs. Evil masterminds and superheroes. So, which one do we think she is? We're about to find out. Ooh. Okay. So more of an unhinged conspiracist vibe? Oh, wow. Yeah, this cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions. Can we look at these toxic barrels first? What do we have here? Barrels marked caution explosive? And jam jars? That's enough jam to feed the whole town. Oh no, was she delivering explosives to people when I was delivering jam for her? What kind of incendiary jam is your gran making? Ooh, incendiary. I was about to say that's a good word. Especially for like a 12-year-old. Excellent word. She wouldn't have had me walk around town delivering bombs, right? Only one way to find out.
Rollo casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam.
What is this gonna tell you, bud? Huckleberries.
He smacked his lips.
A hint of brown sugar. And ink? What?
Rollo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
Aha!
Rollo offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
It's addressed to Mrs. Fratelli. A Grand Jam Gram? Grand Jam Gram! The captions thought that was Brandon Graham. They did their best. It says, last night I used the disguise Eris provided to scout the location. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. Oh man, are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, it can't be good. I don't know, maybe it is. So, more a bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You're new here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bad joke guy around here.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter.
Walter.
For a long moment, he just stared at it.
Was that his dad? What do you got here? It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Your dad was a doctor?
Luca nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How about you actually read some of it? One sec. Dad's documents such as this are a lot like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip straight to the middle. Wait, what? No. That's where all the meaty bits live. Yeah, but you don't want to just eat the middle, but... Wow, I had no idea we were in the presence of the preeminent scholar in dense documents. And cheeseburgers. By all means, proceed.
He stopped at a page and mimed, holding up a monocle.
Ah, here we are. Follow-up examination of Terence Willoughby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Body temperature continues to drop. Now describes soreness of muscles and joints. Is this just me? Do I have whatever this is? This is similar to the symptoms exhibited by Mrs. Willoughby just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph.
Rollo looked up with heightened surprise.
See? Creepy. Yeah, that's kind of disturbing. Who's Joseph? That's Mr. Nuncreed's name. Wait.
Rollo's finger traced across the page.
There's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Willoughby claims the tap water at his home has been contaminated. Perhaps environmental? Lab results only raise more questions. It's like he came back to this report later and made those notes. So it might be related to something else.
Rollo scanned through several more pages.
Here, the writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. This disease, or whatever it is, progresses so fast. And with his wife passing, Terrence's condition follows close behind. Exacerbated by the loss. Enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands.
Luca, staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it say next?
Rollo rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What? There has to be more.
Luca frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What did he mean, enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit.
Luca slammed the drawer shut. A spider web of string connected photos
Conspiracy
of people from the
board.
town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Did you grant a serial killer? 'Cause I'm starting to get a vibe. Don't be ridiculous. Sure. She's just tracking the movements of everyone in town out of the kindness of her heart. I love the dialogue in this game. She put little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncreed has a check mark. The clipboards are all inside a big circle. My mom's are both on here. Both with question marks. Gus Valentine has a question mark. Eris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Mr. Kerr has a bullseye. The killer has chosen her next victim! We don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good. Interesting. Interesting. So the check marks and question marks. I wonder if the check marks are like trust and the question marks are like trust or not trust or don't, you know, unknown. Mr. Kerr, obviously, villainous behaviors. Oh my gosh, buff Gran, buff Gran. I'm just punching. If I do this enough, will I get a thing? Punch, 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 punch. I want to get an achievement like I did for bopping the watermelon. Seems like maybe it would have happened by now, huh? This is maybe overkill a little bit. Okay, I'll stop. Okay, I think we've looked at all the things. What about this box? No? Unimportant box?
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
What's a map? Cool. This looks like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, Rolo. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Can't fault that logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance to town. And if we follow it...
Rolo carefully traced the path with his finger.
And we're going on a scavenger hunt. It leads right to...
He jabbed down at the end point.
Town Square? That's the fountain in the middle of town. What a weird place to hide treasure. Rolo, that doesn't look like treasure to me. The end of the path on that map has the same symbol as those explosives over there. So, it's not hiding treasure. Real bummer. Rolo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? The festival. Oh. Did you just say gulp? This feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the center of town. She's gonna blow up the festival! Not if we stop her. I don't think that's what's happening. I really don't. I think she's just identifying that something is going to happen to the fountain. The water in the fountain may be contaminated. What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
What was what? No, I heard it too. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs. Shh, quiet. Take it easy. Hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark.
Isn't the cabinet just open upstairs, though?
Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps. The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall. Then suddenly, it stopped. Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence.
Hello?
A final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down there?
The three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump.
Yoo-hoo.
Thump.
I'm not here to hurt anyone.
Thump.
I'm just here to help. Who is that? Somebody with a puffy tail.
Oh.
Just...
At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh.
Guess it's nothing.
Rollo shifted suddenly. Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Rollo, don't!
It was too late. Rollo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
Ooh.
Flaming chicken coop!
With all his weight, Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
Rollo? Mysterious creepy man? Anyone there?
From the dark corner, they saw something move.
Ooh.
Well, I didn't know if I had it in me.
Ooh.
But there was only one way to find out. Holy crap, Rollo, that was awesome. Wait, did you just kill that person?
Luca scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
I thought for a second we were going to have to go back and rewrite this part. You sure clobbered him good, Rollo. He's knocked out cold.
As Beck flicked back on the light, Luca and Rollo both gasped in stereo.
Mr. Tolliver!
Chapter 7.
Oh no.
The Interrogation of Hiram Tolliver. Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string.
The kids tied him up. Oh no.
The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain. They couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
Then on the classic good cop, something cop interrogation. Okay, let's see our options. Hard or chill? Good cop, chill cop. Good cop, hard cop. I mean, hard makes more sense, but I'm like, I don't really want these kids to, like, intensely interrogate this poor man who I truly believe is fine and not a villain. Oh boy. Well, this is the classic. I'll go with that.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation. Rollo brandished a steely gaze.
Of course, it's Rollo.
I've got this. Read about it 100 times.
What is that? What is that? Hugh coming in with a Ko-fi donation. I don't even know if she's in here specifically or just saw my tweet, but thank you. Thank you so very much. I'm trying to make sure we have enough help for the winter. Oh, dang. So that is extremely kind and generous. I will, if she's not here, I will go yell at her later. Thank you. I've got this. Read it about 100 times.
Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, 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 Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him.
Is he even conscious?
He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver?
Beck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr. Tolliver!
He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head.
This poor man.
He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the world?
The chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Oh, I hear the wind picking up outside. In real life. Who was there?
Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light.
I don't know what voice I gave this squirrel man.
With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. As for you, looks like you're sweating.
The doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way, or... well, let's just say I've never needed another way.
Rollo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance! What? I don't even...
Mr. Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
This poor man! Oh my god. You've tied me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk! Spill the beans! What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. To make sure everything's ready. Oh, so you're in cahoots with Gran? Gran?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival? Good lord! Good lord indeed.
He shook his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No, you've got it all wrong. Where is she now? She's headed to the source. The electronics store? I'm guessing they didn't mean the electronics store that is a chain in Canada. Source? What's the source? Once again, it is an electronics chain that used to be Radio Shack. It's where
His voice faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. This feels like a flashback territory. What is Operation Sparkplug?
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold.
Oh no!
Rollo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Oh no, my heating pad unplugged itself. Oh no! I shall be cold. Damn, Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? It's in italics, so you know it's important. It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we better not push Mr. Tolliver any further. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. No, that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. there anything more reliable? The library. If there's any information about the source thing, Cato can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. Let's talk to our comic book friend first, though. Oh, no, I guess they're busy. This is a dang nice library. Thanks, we work hard on it. Aren't you a little young to be a librarian? Oh, Cato hung out here so much, eventually they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for Miss Novak sometimes. They got you working for free? It's quiet and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for you all? We need a favor. Well, I already told you and Rolo. I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hank Atomic. And if you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it a personal code of conscience. Actually, we're looking to do some research. Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing, we sort of don't know. What do you got on the history of the town? There's the county record archives. What's in those? Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great, we'll start there.
Chapter 8.
Flying through the chapters right now. Also, we're on page 69. Nice.
6 feet under, 3 towns
Obligatory,
over.
nice. 6 feet under, 3 towns over. That doesn't sound great to my ears. Oh, okay. We're gonna pause right here in this exact spot because it is time for Daisy's supper in like 2 minutes. 2 whole minutes. Yep. And so I'm gonna go feed her and I'm gonna send you all to the Daisy Zone. So please enjoy. Please enjoy the Daisy Zone. I'll be right back in a few once she is all fed and happy. I am back. I am back. I don't know where the theme song went, but we have this, what appears to be bird song in the background. Okay. It wound up being good timing for a little break because I've been dehydrating mushrooms all day. And they're all done. So anyway, I had to put my headphones back on. The little earbuds, they were not happening. They were not happening for me, so I'm trying to wear these in a way where I can still wear my earrings. Fashion struggles. Alright. Back to chapter 8. Where did I put my phone? Probably left it out there. Surely that's fine.
The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance.
Did they just leave Mr. Tolliver in the basement tied up?
Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst.
I kind of can't either. You know what? I believe in Gran.
But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
It's like danger or like toxic. If I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine death records. Rollo Cotter lived a full and wonderful life, till he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears.
Rollo shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you've got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be boring county records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
You're a county record. Really? That's the best you've got? When I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history. Just like...
Beck slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey, hey, hey. We're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute and...
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait, what was that name, Beck? In the obit, J. Hartford. From the Brookville Tribune 8 years ago. That can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford. That's my Gran's name. Juniper Hartford. Maybe there were 2 J. Hartfords? Mrs. Hartford is survived by her young daughter, E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. If your Gran is 6 feet under, 3 towns over... Then who am I living with?
The question hung in the air.
Alright, gang, I gotta close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Oh crap, Pa's gonna kill me. I gotta go. Did my caption just say 1,000 crabs are gonna kill me? I feel like just out of the corner of my eye, I caught that. Well, at least the text is in the bubbles. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? My question exactly. I'll think of something.
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering.
Oh, she's here.
He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Oh boy. Try the tiniest of little steppies. Dun dun dun! Oh no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a trace.
Or maybe Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Okay, I can figure this out. I just need a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
I'm afraid your jam delivery will be delayed.
He flipped the lid to read the label.
Mr. Nuncreed. Okay, now I can think. So, if Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing is wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. So are we not going to read all the notes in the jam? I would be opening all those jam jars. Can we put this back? No. No interfering. Oh no. Plan? Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it cool.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter.
Are we sure? Or was it the jam?
He tried to grab for the railing to steady
Oh,
himself.
no.
Something was wrong.
Come on, legs. Just a few more steps.
Luca groaned and tried to move.
Oh no.
His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
The germ? Huckleberried. Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? Rest now and let me handle everything. Just face down.
Chapter 9.
Oh my gosh, we're flying through it.
A speech to end all speeches. Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him? Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed? Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
The festival! Whoa! It's time! No changing clothes, I guess. Yesterday's sweater is gonna do. No Gran there. Where have you been? Gran put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. Not this one. The one intended for Mr. Nuncreed put me to sleep.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
Whoa, ho, ho.
ooh.
Sly devil. Sly! The little steppies. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We looked, but haven't seen anything odd.
Ooh,
Your Gran is nowhere to be found.
ooh, ooh.
Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone is gathering at the stage.
Ooh.
Let's get moving. Oh, look at everybody. Oh my gosh, this looks like a Where's
Augustus
Waldo.
Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Is this thing... hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and suppose you already know that. Oh yes. Before we get started, just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is today without my father, Sharper Valentine. So, I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man. Even that's more than the old codger deserved.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right. Where was it?
William Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Oh gosh. Gus Valentine, everyone.
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Oh heck, I didn't prepare anything. But suppose I could say a few words. Would be ashamed to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
I think we saw him preparing for this. Community, conviction, commitment. These are the things we celebrate that perennial harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's inexorable, unavoidable, and undeniable. And I'm dadgum thankful for it. Change is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe. It was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip which brought me to a small town which would change my life forever.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
Look at all the little bunnies on the side, on the right. Little bunny family. And that man is still determined to sleep in his chair. Oh my gosh, all of our friends are here. Look at them all. You know what?
He wiped away a single tear.
From the second I've set foot in Beacon Pines, something about this place has held me captive. Wait, is Mr. Tolliver here? It really is a Where's Waldo. I don't see him. I don't think he's here. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to the things that made them special.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment, change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community. Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost. Absolutely not.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the foul harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on the conviction that we are that horizon. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into a future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. That's gonna be the fountain. What was that?
The crowd began to look around nervously.
Don't worry, a little thunder isn't gonna ruin this day. Everyone remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all of my travels, I have learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We've all planted a lot of good in this town. So, it's with a happy heart that I can proclaim
He raised his hands up to the heavens.
our harvest awaits! Not again. Not again.
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end. There's
Unless-
that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything! Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again.
No.
No, I don't mean that.
Who is the narrator?
We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again. Please.
Okay, we did hard cop. We could do sly cop. I kind of like sly cop. Okay, let's see if we have other options. We can do it here. We can go back further. No, that's the weather with back. I don't think so. Oh, we have flight here. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. There's so many options. Okay. So wait, this branch. Sly or chill. Did those ones. Did the one right at the crossroads. All of the ones at the bottom. This way we could tickle the bully. See what happens that way. Or, instead of setting up to fight here, we could fly. But in this one, Rolo is like super in danger. We're getting more on this branch, I think. I don't want to go too far back. I think Sly. Maybe get answers out of him in like a sneaky way. Sly cop.
They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation. Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task. few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
What's going on here? You're that Moldwell girl. Please call me back. Sorry about all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you here?
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was going to be easy.
You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. You never know who to trust in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
This is exactly how I pictured this going. Very true. So, it turns out we're both here to...
Beck twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
destroy the evidence.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, the old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her, though. If anyone were to find out that we're going to destroy the source... Well, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up down here.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You're sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There is one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing really. The other day, I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf. And wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an odd phrase in a perennial harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and know where to put it? It's got to mean something, right? Good thinking. We should probably go work that out. I've got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
Oh, that went much better. You guys catch that? Sure did. This whole time, Mr. Tolliver's had a candy shelf, but all he ever sells us is apples.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
The password, Rolo? Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it seems.
Beck marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find the hidden meaning. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried. Covered. Would it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of those each letter is a number thingies. So you would be 21. N would be 14. D would be... Oh... It's an anagram. Nuncreed's drugstore.
Luca and Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
Rollo, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Kren's new drugstore. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. I guess so. I guess so. And they were gonna... Or Juniper was gonna join them. So... Alright. You scared me half to death. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Mr. Tolliver around, have you? Nope. He's got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. I swear, that man would be late to his own funeral. Goodbye. Oh, missed the bridge. Uh-oh. You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. Was caught up with work. Work? You? I had a few more details to lock down for the festival. Oh, what do you have to report? What is this Insipid Town Festival really about? I think...
Gus looked around nervously.
I think Mr. Kerr really does just want to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings installed into his mare so that you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Kerr and Perennial Harvest's true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. It's our father's town. Was. Excuse me? This was our father's town. He's gone, Eris, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That is just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damn backyard. They are dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When this all inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed?
Eris's cry hung in the air.
We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is going to change whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be part of that future? Or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Father named you Augustus. But you will always just be a Gus. Good night, Eris. See you at breakfast tomorrow. It's getting late, children. Yeah. Eris is such a... Like, it's such a dog name. For a fancy dog like that. Like an Afghan hound or a Saluki. Yeah. Eris. Sorry, just bopping around. What you reading? Knowledge, he spat with a sneer. There exists a gulf between knowing something and being able to do a damn thing about it. I do hate it when the villain makes a good point. Little dog.
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Then where'd you get the candy from? You might say we have an arrangement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. And we might not always have family to rely on. Licorice has never let me down. Well, I can't say licorice should be my first choice, but whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confection. Oh, yeah, I guess. I like sour gobs. I'm certain you do. I always wondered why Mr. Nuncreed kept licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some, it's easy as cold, hard cash. Okay. Oh, he's right. It's locked. There's gotta be more clues. Are we gonna do a break-in? Are we gonna do a break-in? Okay, let's see. Let's see. I absolutely feel like if these kids were in the game that I run, which also has teenagers in it, exploring a little mystery, they would break in. They would be breaking in this building. So fast. Simply so fast. But let me do a magnifying glass on it, but then it was just locked, so... Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides Mr. Nuncreed? No. A clue.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Kren's Nude Rug Store! I mean, Underground Secrets! The password!
Beck flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
Alright, let's see here.
Luca cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Sounds like that did something. Great, now what? I guess we
The inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell. Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing. It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground. The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
I knew it. You knew that there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth? Of course I did. Didn't I say that? No. I definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember when I said how the trans-dimensional conduits from Hank Atomic issue 12 were real? Rolo, at one point or another, you've said that about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. Looks like each of these has something written on them. Buttons. First of all, the suit has a broken mask. So, have we found our mystery warehouse creeper? We've at least found their hazmat suit. I see Fortnite occurring up in the corner. It's because I'm sponsored by Fortnite this week. I'm gonna be playing later in the week, probably tomorrow or Thursday, for our second sponsored Fortnite stream. It's gonna be fun. So check it out. Check it out. If it walks like a nun creed and talks like a nun creed, let's not jump to conclusions. Just saying. Okay, what do they say? Finding Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here? That I know of. This town is of farms and fertilizer. They're mining something. And a series of tubes. Always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. I'm not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation. That's the thing about Pop. You don't always realize what he means until it's too late. Perennial Harvest main office. Ooh. It's a way in. That's where my mom works. What does she do? Science stuff. Is she involved in all this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? True. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. Oh. That's a lot of buttons. I feel like Rollo's gonna press one. Yeah. Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
Rollo's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Oh. Eeny, meeny, miny. Oh, what did you do? Nothing! I didn't even mow yet. What was that? Hide. Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here. Just get back. Shit. 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 Awesome. You all need to come with me now. We aren't going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets. Told them it was an absurd password. But they love anything that makes them feel clever. They who? That's no matter. I can keep you hidden until after the festival. Might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now, I like my skin. This all stops now, Nuncreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Ooh. Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends back before...
He gestured toward the strange tubes.
all of this. That's a lie. It's true. Used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. Idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. I forgot he was a pharmacist, and I was like literally thinking that I need to call my pharmacist while I was doing this. Can I call this big dog man? Could you be my pharmacist? Please? I know you're being very shady and weird, but I kind of trust him. Both hell-bent on helping folks. See? So you were a sidekick? No. We were partners. He helped the patients, and I helped him. Yup, total sidekick.
Nuncreed let out a growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us. We're getting the deep lore. Says he's got an opportunity. He found something he didn't quite understand. Oh my god! That scared the heck out of me. Thank you, Gigi. The mystery gift sub? Where did that come from? Given a gift to Uninstalled Driver, who I'm delighted. I'm delighted, Uninstalled Driver, a friend of mine. And a mod here. What the heck? Hoomst and why? Thank you. And thank you for gifting that sub to Mapcakes. Mapcakes, congratulations. Enjoy your new shiny egg and emotes. What the heck? Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Yeah. That means a lot. Thanks for popping by and being a little mystery snow angel. Into the game. And my dad said no? Your father and I both believed in helping people. But the thing I could never get him to understand was it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick into villain plotline. Will loved being righteous, almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing, though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone.
He shook his head wistfully.
Ominous. Sharper's long gone, but he still got me saying yes. Is there a point to this sob story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Nuncreed took a menacing step towards the children.
No. He's not gonna do anything bad. Oh no, I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this. But you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
What? You really don't know? My gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose. Juniper? Wait, he didn't know? Oh, wait, what? Wait, I was assuming, okay. No, this makes sense. This makes sense, because they were, like, at odds. Gran had poisoned the jam that was meant for Nuncreed. So... it was a symbol by his name. Okay. So, but who's on whose side now? Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party. She's gonna disrupt the festival? Why would she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know? Apparently she knows a lot of things. What? Let's just say this isn't the only underground lair we've busted into today. And honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. No. His eyes were frantic.
Oh no. Look at those eyes. You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what it is she's messing with. See, I don't know that that's true, though. I feel like she knows everything. Oh. Tell me now. She's in danger, boy. I don't know. Those little hands. She had a map with the mark on the fountain in Town Square. The fountain? But why would...
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source? I knew it. The heck is the source? Apparently not an electronics chain, that used to be Radio Shack. I'm learning that this is not the same source, turns out. If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze and... Dear God, she's going to freeze us all! Oh no, was it really her? That sounded like I was doing a voice of a character, but it was really just me turning into a cartoon. Got his ears flapping. You all need to run. Run where? Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. That did not go how I expected. So... we're totally following him, right? Totally. See you on the other side. You good? Yep. I love this town. I don't know. They might save themselves, but not the town.
8.
We're at Chapter 8 again.
The cold, hard truth. Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark.
I wonder how many chapters there are.
Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along.
Carom? What an interesting word. I don't know that I know that word.
She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
Why it's falling back. That was intense? Yeah. I think I might have hearted with some fluids in there. Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. It doesn't look like it got on any of us. Didn't feel like we traveled that far. So where the hell go? This place sucks. Why would anyone even want to blow something up here? Like one way to find out, I suppose. Gotta catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way. He went this way. What's up here? Are we somewhere else, or is this just the town? And it's all snowy. Wow. I didn't expect snow in the game. It's coming in real life. Yeah, this is just Beacon Pines. This looks familiar, yeah. Maybe we can clear off the snow. No time, Nuncreed's getting away. Those are very good little snow steppy sounds. Like I can tell just the exact kind of snow that would make that sound. Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well-versed in all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica of town. I got it. It's so obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien. Hello. Stick with me here. The species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Well, here we go. The source is their base camp dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. They found it by traveling through those metallic wormholes back there. Final objective, kill us all and shapeshift into a Beacon Pines citizen of their choosing. You never really had me, but you very much lost me there. We get used to it. We should keep moving. If that turns out to be...
As they rounded the corner to the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center. He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild. Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town. It wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your conspirators. Gran? What's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Rollo and Beck held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You've got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing. How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you. You betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know that this man's entire life was a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive. Okay, maybe I trust him a little less now.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not true.
They both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how to effect change. Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets. Now that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge. Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
Oh boy. It's just weep. There's no other option.
And in the stillness,
But why wouldn't
he began to weep. It was all just too much. Falling to his knees, Luca whimpered softly. The tears crystallized as they hit the snow. Gran stared at Luca for a moment with warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary.
This will all make sense soon, Luca. Then everything will go back to normal. I promise.
She stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
Can't hide behind those people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall. Juniper, don't!
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness. She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
You see, Joseph, I've learned one very important lesson in life. If you want things to change, then you must be willing
Before
to...
Gran could finish, the ground shook her to silence.
It can't be. It is. It is. It is. Why
Gran
would things snow
only
like this?
had time to spin around and run to Luca. Her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act. Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror. There was no contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant.
Wow.
That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever.
Wow.
And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene.
That's, tragic.
In a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end. Well, that was dire. On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from. Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
Okay, well, we have a leap now. So, fire and ice. We can do chill cop. Oh, wow. I really hesitant to go back to that branch because it was so bad. But this is worse. I mean, what can we get from chill? Chill cop. We might as well try, right? And then, if that doesn't work out, it's to the other branch. Oh, wow. Chill cop.
They'd
That's gonna
run the
be,
classic good cop,
Luca.
chill cop
One for each of them,
interrogation.
right? I'll handle this. Just gotta play it cool.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Golly, I sure got my bell wrong.
He looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This was all a big mistake. Luca, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down? No one's fault, really. Rollo just got a little startled. Rollo's here?
Rollo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Well, alright. Mistakes happen. You kids gave old Hiram a good scare. Let's just get me out of these ropes and call it even.
Luca glanced over to Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my grand's basement? I'm here to help, of course. With what? What's my gran up to? If you'll just cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know we can trust you?
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Luca, have I ever done wrong by you? No. And since your gran moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah, so why would I turn my back on your family now? It's just, all this stuff seems pretty weird. A board with names of people from town, an archive of my dad's old disturbing patient notes,
Luca gestured to the corner.
barrels of explosives. I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids deserve an explanation.
Luca looked again to Rollo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings.
Just going with honesty.
Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. This will all make sense in time.
He edged imperceptibly toward the
No.
stairs as he spoke.
You see, this town has secrets, Luca. Very dark past indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
Past that must be brought
He
to...
punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
Light. Son of a...
Beck darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
Wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there. Let the adults handle this.
They looked bewildered at each other.
Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation.
Goodness gracious.
This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end.
The end? I thought it was just going to go to a new chapter and, someone would let them out of the basement.
Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement. Back to the drawing board.
Okay, so we do have to go to a completely different branch. Right? Unless we get... Oh gosh. Maybe... Even if these don't go well. We could still get a word that's helpful. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go flight. So this scenario was, if I remember, Rollo had been taken into the creepy radioactive looking storage place, maybe. And then there was like fake Rollo, which was very scary. And Luca kind of teamed up with the bully, a little gerbil guy who had started transforming after touching the green goop. But then they were hiding out at the treehouse, trying to make a final stand against like a whole bunch of Perennial Harvest clones and Mr. Kerr, who was being a super evil villain-looking character. There was a lot. It went in a completely different direction. But if we flee, let's try it. So here we were, caught in a trap. Let's run.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left: flight. He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches. He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Wow, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr. We'd love to hear your thoughts. But I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. See ya, jerks. Fine. You know where that leaves them. this way. We'll take the tunnels. The tunnels.
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice. Chapter 5. Signs. They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
It's about to be what it's gonna look like here, I think. That was actually pretty badass. Huh? I think we lost some. We up in the mountains? I don't think so. I think we went downhill. Then what's up with the Winter Wonderland? All I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Follow me. Okay, I think it probably just saved right there. Yes, it did. Alright, I'm gonna wrap up here. I need to go get some nice warm supper. Some rest. So if you've been hanging out, thank you so much. First of all, I super appreciate it. I'll be back, as I said, later this week. Maybe tomorrow. It might be that fast. I'm not 100% sure yet. To play Fortnite. So this week I'm sponsored by Fortnite, which is a really wild and weird thing to say, but it's true. So I'm going to be playing some tomorrow or Thursday, running around having a good time, checking out the new chapter. So that's a thing. That's a whole thing. Just checking around. I'm feeling very, very chill. Let's go watch some kittens. How about that? How about that? All right. Thank you so much again for hanging out and supporting. It's a delight. And please go take care of yourselves. Good night. Good night.